Hi, everyone. Welcome to the second to last episode of Star Trek The Animated Series Season 1. Season 2 is only 6 episodes long, so we're actually pretty close-ish to the end. We have 8 episodes left, so we're definitely more than halfway through. And I'm still waiting for the bad episode of the animated series. Not that anyone has said that there has been like one that's specifically bad or anything like that, but I'm just waiting for any of them to go below my expectations. And really, that hasn't happened yet. And I don't think it will. Maybe I'm just easy to please. I mean, that's very possible. Or maybe the animated series is just that good. So today's episode is called The Eye of the Beholder. Let's see what this eye beholds. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the comments.
Our mission is to discover the whereabouts or fate of a 6-member science crew.
It is now 32 minutes since our last contact with the 3 members of our crew, myself included, will beam down to effect a rescue. If for any reason we do not return, be it known that...
What? Be it known that what?
Captain of a ship, no matter his rank, must follow the book. According to their log, they beamed down 6 weeks ago.
So what did they do that was against the book? Leaving the ship completely unmanned?
Why take the risk?
Because they may not be dead.
It's still a risk.
That's why we're here, Bones.
That is why we're here.
You have the coordinates from the other ship, Scotty. Put us down in the same place.
Unusual that such a lake would exist under these planetary conditions.
Spock.
Oh,
Most remarkable.
here we
Sounds
go.
done.
More of these really awesome, really
Let's
creative
get out of here.
monster designs.
I'll see if I can pick up anything on my communicator.
I hope we could find somebody.
They're answering.
They are?
Did you get a fix on that, Jim?
Yes, that way.
Very precise. That away. Whoa, look at this guy too. Oh my god. This place doesn't seem very friendly.
Where is Dr. McCoy?
Oh no.
We'll get you out, Bones.
Oh
We don't lift the tail off. We dig the doctor out.
no. He's gonna suffocate.
Oh,
That thing's huge.
thanks. The air was running out under there.
I didn't think it was that big.
This is a pretty strange place.
It is.
The bearing on the signal we heard is that way.
It's amazing that anybody could have survived on this planet for almost 6 weeks.
Did it seem familiar to you?
I've seen something very like it on Canopus 3. Still, this desert area is the same as on Canopus.
My shoes are full of sand.
Your lack of scientific interest is amazing.
I'll be happy to discuss that with you, Mr. Spock, next time you drop into my medical lab.
But for right now.
This seems a lot more friendly than the desert.
Doesn't it strike you strange that 2 such different ecologies could coexist so closely?
Any new information, Scotty?
There is a large concentration of life forms 98.5 kilometers northeast of you.
So that's where we get the signal from.
I don't like it, Jim. Why only one short signal and no more?
I don't know.
They're luring. Maybe they're being lured.
Captain, the water is too pure,
In other words, it's too good to be true.
and a rainforest this close to a desert is also illogical.
Hallucination.
Was manufactured.
Manufactured?
Terraforming isn't new. It implies intelligent life forms.
Phasers on full stun. They're like the dragons on Maribel. The stun charge should get them.
So it's like they took different biomes from different planets that are like far across the galaxy from each other. Whoa. Oh. What are those? Are they elephant snails?
Where are they taking us?
Towards the northwest, toward the city Scotty reported.
Captain,
It's a trap.
There it
Ooh,
is.
It's pink. I love those things.
Being very interested in communicating with us.
perhaps not in a way we understand.
Any ideas, Doctor?
Well, I've got one, and I guess they're doing exactly what we would do.
capture and study?
To make sure it was free of harmful bacteria. Then we'd see if it was intelligent.
A most logical assumption.
A force field. It seems harmless enough.
So do the bars of a jail unless you're on the inside. Somebody! Anybody!
A wasteful use of energy, Doctor.
Are the aliens telepathic?
I've come to the conclusion they are, Captain. But the speed
Okay.
at which the thoughts flow is too great for me to comprehend.
Oh.
They appear to be as advanced beyond Earth civilization as you are from a colony of ants. You will recall we recognized at least 2 species from vastly different planets.
Yeah. But why?
You mean it's some kind of a zoo?
Exactly.
Oh. Reminds me of the cage. They're back.
Wait a minute.
We've got to communicate with them.
Well, so much for
Oh.
mythology.
Oh, all these
Look ahead.
creatures are so cool. Whoa. The Jetsons?
Better do what they want for now, anyway.
Wonder if we'll find the missing 6th crew in some kind of cage or something. Or habitat, like maybe this one.
This is real grass.
This area has been carefully prepared for human types.
They have a swimming pool.
We are now exhibits in a zoo.
I'm no animal.
On this planet, Bones, we are the animals.
That's
Hello, I'm
scary.
Lieutenant Commander Tom Markell. This
You're
is our
here.
biologist, Randy Bryce.
We came looking for you.
Where do they keep the equipment?
No use, sir. They're on an exhibit table.
There were 6 of you on the mission.
We didn't beam down in time to save the original 3.
Lieutenant Randolph is in the house. She's running a high fever.
I'll check her out. Maybe I can help.
The doctor is here.
Have you tried an escape?
A dozen different ways. Nothing worked.
Have you tried to communicate?
Yes, sir.
We seem to have company.
We've concluded they're telepathic.
Spock, try and make contact.
Yes, sir.
This song is different, I think.
I can't seem to get through, Captain.
They're trembling.
My impression is that they're laughing at me.
Oh.
We haven't found anything funny in this.
Animals in a zoo rarely do.
Are they laughing at our meager attempts to communicate with them?
Nancy Randolph, our navigator.
How is she?
Rough guess is a malarial type infection. I can't do anything without my medikit.
Oh.
Do they feed us or do we shift for ourselves?
They bring supplies once a week.
Then my equipment should be there.
Maybe we can get them to give them back to us.
The medical kit wouldn't be harmful. It would help her.
Then think about it that way, Doctor.
Food. But it's not feeding time.
They must have sensed a need and interpreted it as food.
Oh. It's like when my cat Mochi is meowing for something and Husbando and I are like, did you feed him? Yeah. Does he have water? Yeah. Is his litter clean? Yeah. What does he want?
Do you think there's any chance of getting out?
As long as we're alive, there's a chance.
Begging your pardon, Captain. I think we should face the situation realistically. To them, we are caged for life.
What are you saying? We should give up? Visually, this is one of my favorite episodes. I love the look of these guys, just the whole setting, all the different creatures that we've seen.
Mr. Spock, aren't Vulcans telepathic?
To a degree, but the Lactran intelligence is eons beyond mine.
What's their impression of us?
The females, I believe, find us quite ugly. I suggest that one of our number appear to be ill. The rest of us will put strong thoughts in our minds that a communicator is needed for recovery.
Okay, well, we kind of used this technique already in a previous animated episode, Once Upon a Planet.
I can have Scotty beam us all aboard the Enterprise. Ready now.
Concentrate on the communicator.
He's so cute! Look at him go!
Enterprise, this is Captain Kirk. Beam us aboard.
What in the
They
cosmos?
got him, I think. Oh no!
They are worried about their child.
I'm worried about the Enterprise.
They did not know we were a deadly species.
Oh no.
The best thing we can do
We
is...
gotta trade!
Ah!
Oh!
They're in my head. What happened to the baby?
Fight it as hard as you can. If he gives up for even one moment, he may go mad.
Oh, wow.
What's going on?
I think it's harmless, but I'm not sure. Supposing you and I talk this over. You can't talk. Well, what can you do? Oh, no!
Oh, no?
Listen, you'll send us off into space if you...
Oh my god. There's a space slug flying the Enterprise.
Captain, they have concluded they cannot break through your mind on a one-to-one basis. They are now gathering the mental strength of all 5 of them.
Well, they're gonna kill him.
Everybody, concentrate on Captain Kirk. Form a thought screen.
They're destroying me, tearing my mind to...
Oh, okay. Shatner's doing the voice acting. He's getting into it.
I'm all right. Scotty, what
Well,
are you
who's
doing
gonna
here?
beam us up now?
You made contact.
It made contact with me. It's only 6 years old, but it has an IQ in the thousands.
Thousands?
And sent us flying off out of orbit.
Then how did you get here?
I convinced it I wasn't a pet.
They're trying to contact us directly. The child has learned all about the Federation and the races it encompasses.
The child can communicate because it's not as advanced as the adults,
We are considered simplistic,
I think.
Even Vulcans?
even Vulcans. It seems they were where we are some tens of thousands of centuries ago. They do not feel we belong in their zoo.
Good. We don't feel we belong in here either.
So long, lad. Nice meeting you.
Let's prepare to beam aboard 2 parties. All human.
Yeah, let's not make another mistake. Well, they got 3 of them out. That's good.
And we learned practically nothing.
Offhand, I'd say we learned to keep our hands off.
I have just received their final telepathic message. We'll be welcome back in 20 or 30 centuries.
Either way, Mr. Spock, it will hardly be our problem.
Okay. Oh, I loved that episode. I absolutely loved that episode. Like I mentioned, I loved all the different creatures. We saw 2, 3, and then like in the cages passing by really quickly, like 3 other species plus the, I didn't catch their name, but the giant slug elephant things. So we saw like at least 6 or 7 very unique creatures. The planet looked so cool, the different biomes. We had a desert, we had a jungle, and then we had this city, and then inside the human habitat that they made for Kirk and everybody. I love the colors. I love the very like curved architecture. I was reminded of Captain Pike and the cage, but we didn't go into too much detail unless I missed it about why exactly they were having this zoo in the first place. So we know the Telosians had their very specific reasons, and it would have been nice to learn a little bit about why specifically they had all these creatures. Was it just for entertainment purposes? Was it for educational purposes? Were they studying them? Did they want to bring all the corners of the galaxy to their one planet? Because that's kind of like what they were doing. Spock was having so much trouble communicating, even with his telepathic powers, even with his Vulcan mind, with the adults. And the child, one that got beamed over to the Enterprise and was communicating with Scotty, seemed to be able to communicate with Scotty pretty easily. It was able to communicate with him through its thoughts. So my theory, which they didn't really confirm, but it's my headcanon now, I guess. But it would make sense to me that the child who isn't as developed as the adult slug elephant's brains would be able to more easily communicate with the slower brains of the humans, of someone like Scotty. Not saying that Scotty's slow, but he is a human, so I was a little bit weary of the fact that they were using kind of the same trick that they used in Once Upon a Planet, and they might have used in other episodes too of the original series, but I can't think of right off the top of my head. I think they did it in By Any Other Name, pretending somebody's sick so that they could escape or get the communicator or be taken into the computer's domain and Once Upon a Planet. So it's like, we're doing this again. But then they flipped it on me really quick because it was the creature, the child creature that got transported up to the ship, and that was hilarious. I loved it. And it was just a nice interaction, first contact kind of thing that we've seen before, where the Enterprise goes to a new planet that hasn't really been fully explored, and they encounter new species of alien. Things are kind of rocky at first, and then they're able to kind of communicate in the end, come to an understanding, and part ways peacefully, sometimes with a, hey, humans, we'll see you later when you get more advanced kind of thing. So I think that's really neat. But in however many thousands of centuries that we catch up to their intelligence, how far more advanced will they be at that time? And will there still be this gap between them? I probably, at least to some degree, unless you get like diminishing returns as you get more and more intelligent, and eventually you hit the like the soft cap and stuff like that. And that's kind of like a gaming term. But essentially it's when you're starting a character that you like gain levels on, you get stronger per level. The early levels, you'll grow a lot. You'll get quite a bit stronger, faster, more health, whatever. And then as you get to like level 200, every time you level up, you just get a little bit. Okay, what do you guys think about this episode, The Eye of the Beholder? I think a top 10 animated series episodes, or top 5, or I don't know how, I guess, yeah, I could probably do a top 10. I think there's enough episodes to make that work. I think it's going to be tough. I haven't even done the the top 10 of season 3 of the original series yet. But that's because I've just been watching these episodes, just watching them. I'm so ahead of Patreon and YouTube both. But I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. And I hope you guys are too. And thank you again for joining me for my first time experience of the animated series. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. See you guys in the comments. Bye bye.